17 are ready to enter the novitiate. Now, let's consider the doubtful ones again. There's Ermengarde.
Reverend Mother, there's no doubt about Ermengarde. The religious life is no place for the pious.
You mean the pretentiously pious, Sister Bertha. Now there's Christina and there's Maria.
Well, after last night, I don't think there can be any doubt in Reverend Mother's mind about Maria.
I gave her permission to leave the abbey for the day.
I told you, Sister Bertha.
Ave.
Reverend Mother, I've brought Maria. She's waiting.
Sister Sophia, the mistress of the postulants and the mistress of the novices do not see eye to eye about Maria. How do you feel about her?
I love her very dearly, but she always seems to be in trouble, doesn't she?
Exactly what I say. She climbs a tree and scrapes her knee. Her dress has got a tear.
She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stair.
And underneath her wimple she has curls in her hair.
I've even heard her singing in the air.
She's always late for chapel,
But her penitence is real.
she's always late for everything except for every meal. I hate to have to say it, but I very firmly feel Maria's not an answer to the abbey.
I'd like to say a word on her behalf. Then say it, Sister Margareta. Maria makes me laugh.
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
A flippity gentle
It's a cloud. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she'd ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sun? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold on, baby, in your love? When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am.
unpredictable as weather. She's as flighty as a feather.
She's a darling.
She's a demon.
She's a lamb.
She'll pester and pest, drive a hornet from his nest.
She could throw a whirling dervish out the world.
She is gentle, she is wild. She's a riddle, she's a child.
She's a heaven.
She's an angel. She's a girl.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
A flimsy blues.
A clown.
Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say?
How do you keep away upon the side?
Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
Reverend Mother, may I just...
Now, my children, I think I should talk to Maria instead of about her. I am grateful to you all. Ave. Come here, my child. Sit down, Maria. I want to talk to you.
Yes, Reverend Mother, about last night. I was on my knees most of the night because I was late. And after you've been so kind and given me permission to leave,
It wasn't about you being late, Maria.
I must have awakened half the abbey before Sister Margareta heard me and opened the gate.
Maria, very few of us were asleep. We could only think that you were to have lost your way, and to be lost at night on that mountain.
Reverend Mother, I can't be lost on that mountain. That's my mountain. I was brought up on it. It was that mountain that brought me to you.
Oh?
When I was a little girl, I used to come down the mountain, climb a tree, and look over into your gardens. I'd see the sisters at work and hear them sing on their way to vespers. Many times I went back up that mountain in the dark, singing all the way. And that brings up another transgression. I was singing yesterday, without your permission.
Maria, it is only here in the Abbey that there is a rule about singing.
That's the hardest rule of all for me. Sister Margaretta's always reminding me after I started singing.
And the day you were in the garden singing at the top of your voice.
But Mother, it's that kind of song.
When I came to the window, you saw me and you stopped.
Yes, that's been on my mind ever since it happened.
It's been on my mind too. I wish you hadn't stopped. I used to sing that song myself and I can't quite remember it. Please.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dawn lights, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. When the dawn lights, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so
Mother, we were both singing at the top of our voices.
You're right. It is that kind of song.
And singing, it always makes me feel better. Mother, where did you learn that song?
I was brought up in the mountains myself. Maria, in spite of what you saw over the Abbey wall, you were prepared for the way we live, were you?
No, Mother, but I pray and I try.
And Maria, what is the most important lesson that you've learned here?
To find out what is the will of God, and to do it.
Even if it is hard to accept?
Even then,
Tell me, the dress you wore when you came to us, is that still in the robing room?
why no, Mother? I'm sure that's been given to the poor. Sister Margaretta says that when we enter the Abbey. Reverend Mother, why do you ask?
Maria, it seems to be the will of God that you leave us.
Leave? Leave here? Oh no, Mother, please no. This is what I want. This is my life.
But are you ready for it? Perhaps if you go back out to the world again for a short time, you'll return to us knowing what we expect of you, and that we do expect it.
Mother, I know what you expect, and I'll do it, I promise.
Maria,
If it is God's will, where am I to go?
there is a family, A family of 7 children. You like children and you were very good with them. They need a governess until September.
Until September?
Captain Von Trapp expects you there this afternoon. He is a fine man and a brave one. He was just given the Maria Theresa Medal by the Emperor. It was for his heroism in the Adriatic.
Captain in the Navy? Oh, Mother, he'll be very strict.
You are not being sent to his battleship. God bless you, Maria.